In today's episode of Zero Can't Sleep and Writes a Script in the Middle of the Night, let's talk review manipulation. Why do sites take review scores so seriously?
Their monetary value depends on how various companies view them, and trying to uphold the sanctimony of the scores affects that.
But shut up though. I mean seriously, without beating around the bush, I'm just gonna say it. Open review scores have always been artificially manipulated to one extent or another. The video I initially learned about this event, done by YouTuber Lost Pause, even brings this up.
Honestly, before we even touched the website, the scores on Mal were always invalid to begin with. They never have represented a true quality of an anime, and they never will.
But I guess now it's a problem because the big titty anime show is on the top of the list. Oh, the inhumanity with Ishuzoku reviewers at number 1, it will make people believe that all anime is sexist and immature and not inclusive for women. I didn't make that up on the spot, by the way. I was actually recalling from memory a really dumb tweet I saw back when the Mal score of reviewers was first rising. It annoys me though, this whole idea of review manipulation being bad, but we are only going to do something about it when the manipulation is for something we don't like. Because unregulated scoring systems like this are easily manipulated by any random event. These scores are not verifications of a product's value, they are a high school popularity contest, and just like high school, opinions can shift like the tides. One day you're a relative unknown, 5 out of 10, then you become the flavor of the week anime, 10 out of 10. Then people start complaining about the fan service in your title, 1 out of 10. Then people start seeing your character as some sort of icon for an oppressed group, 10 out of 10. Then people get mad at a character for being skinnier or bustier in the adaptation versus the source material, 0 out of 10. Then something really cute happens at the latest episode, 8 out of 10. Then someone notices the fucking last name of a character, negative 50 out of 10 apparently. The sanctity of your internet score can suck my that sounded a bit harsher than I meant it to be. Like, I don't have a problem with there being an open scoring system. They're fun to meme and give a general idea of the reception of a product relative to the time you check the score. But I hate how much importance is given to them. I kinda get it though, because at times I do search for games and manga by their review scores, but funny enough, I don't really look for anime like that. Mainly because as far as I know, Mal doesn't have that much to refine your searches, meaning you are really left up to popular opinion when going through anime. At least with manga and games, I can fine-tune the search via a community-fueled tagging system to specifically what I want in a product, before seeing from that narrowed down selection what the greater internet deems as worthy of attention. And even then, at times I will specifically look to see what is near the bottom of the list in case there is a hidden gem that maybe had a controversial theme or something. Depend too heavily on the top results of any score, and you get shit like Shield Hero being the worst anime because sexism apparently. No. To be honest though, I'm pretty disconnected from this kind of drama apparently plaguing the anime scene. I normally keep to myself when it comes to anime. I watch what I think is cool and that's about it. I mean, I have this channel now, but still, when it comes to review aggregates, I care more about game reviews in Steam because devs are very much monetarily affected by the algorithms and such related to the scores. I don't know how valuable Mal is when it comes to scores and such. I don't know if they're as important as they think they are or if it's an overinflated sense of value. I mostly use them as a database like the VNDB. When I need to see what studio worked on something or the VA of a specific character, that's where I think Mal's value is at. Heck, I remember back when they listed what fansub was working on a title. Do they even do that anymore? Like, aside from Ishuzoku reviewers, the only other anime that has caught my eye this season so far is Kyokou Suiri, which I found not by my anime list, but from a post in my small Discord community. That anime kinda surprised me because it's not anything that immediately hits any of my strike zones, like there is a monster with absolutely massive plot in it, but aside from that, it's a, I guess, paranormal mystery anime with a lot of dialogue and standing around talking. But I really like it, and I've absolutely fallen in love with the main character, a handicapped waifu who's missing an eye and a leg. And they say anime isn't inclusive. Pretty sure there are a bunch of people out there who were creeped out by the idea of missing limbs now going, man, I wish I had an amputee waifu. But, you know, there's always going to be that someone out there who goes from, how dare you hate X to, how dare you fetishize X. Where am I even going with this?
I think I was trying to suggest something about the duality of man, sir.
Anyways, before I move on, the anime is pretty cool. The male lead is a somewhat unnerving and detached character despite being a pretty cool guy, and the other female character is really human while getting caught up in these real inhumane situations with yokai and ghosts living among humans, making me really want to root for her. I don't know if she's gonna keep showing up, but I am really debating if she is slightly better or worse of a waifu than the main character. Honestly, if I do end up posting this video, it will be probably because of this section right here. I do recommend checking out the first episode at the very least to see if this show is up your alley. But back on topic, review manipulation. It happens all the time, but like I said, it only becomes a problem when something controversial is attached to it. In this case, Ishuzoku reviewers being the way it is. And man, I do feel kinda bad for the show, as FYI for anyone not paying attention, the show has been taken down from multiple streaming sites, and even lost one showing on Japanese television, for reasons not really explained. Though in my humble, unresearched opinion, maybe having a lolly get drilled by a barely censored device might have been a bit much for Funimation, who eventually would have needed to dub and sell the uncensored Blu-ray. I do have my concerns with whether Funimation still has the rights to Ishuzoku in the West, and if they will just sit on it preventing any other company from allowing Westerners to legally watch it, effectively pulling a catch and kill strat you would normally see in Dirty Politics, except this time it's with anime titties. But I do want to clear the air and say, despite what you may have heard in various corners of the internet, Ishuzoku Reviewers is not cancelled in Japan. Yet. I got sidetracked again, almost like I'm using this topic to cover multiple smaller topics. Review manipulation happens in other mediums as well, like the video game industry with how Gearbox pissed off everyone with their third title's epic exclusivity and how the existing titles on Steam were review bombed into oblivion, or the movie industry with Captain Marvel being Captain Marvel. In those cases, the review bombs were more of a protest, which one could argue was what the reviewer situation was, but good luck trying to properly argue whether review scores are the right place to conduct a protest or not. I tried that in a private conversation with someone and got absolutely nowhere. Speaking of movies, Birds of Prey is a thing. Dear God, I'm all over the place with this one, but I'll make it quick. Birds of Prey is a thing and has an 81% user review score. Not critic, user score on Rotten Tomatoes. Birds of Prey, the movie no one wants to see, and the ones that do tell their friends not to. Hot take, I have no desire to see the movie, but if I did, I would probably view it as okay. I thought Suicide Squad was okay, neither of these movies will give me what I want, villains actually being villainous, but I still enjoy the, I guess, we have Guardians of the Galaxy at home feel the movies radiate. But with that said, I will confess, Suicide Squad had Harley's butt in hot pants to get my butt in that theater seat. Bop, on the other hand, has various people working on the title saying stay away from this if you like Harley Quinn's butt in hot pants.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Funny enough, after the Captain Marvel fiasco, movie review aggregates decided that they suddenly wanted to pay attention to review bombing, despite, I guess, Black Panther probably getting the inverse effect, which is a bit sad because it resulted in people putting that score into question when I really do think it was a fantastic movie. Now though, I see Mal making similar claims about needing to fix the system only after reviewers benefited from it. And whether or not it'll work out, who knows? What I do know though, is that the only good anti-review manipulation system I've seen, and I say good in air quotes, is Steam. There you get a bunch of different options to sift through the hordes of best game, and
you done fucked it up
that you will see on literally every game in existence on the platform. But more importantly, you get a graph showing reviews over the lifespan of the title. In this graph, you can see the positive reviews, the negative reviews, and when it spikes in either direction, so you can tell, oh, something happened at X point in time to shift the score dramatically. And related to that, it even includes a unique white line for potentially off-topic reviews or review bombing, and you, the end user, choose via a setting whether or not those white reviews should matter. If you don't care for controversy, you can leave the filter on, as is the default, and the score will not be affected by them. Or you can turn the filter off and see the review bombed score, and I could see some arguments that the filter should be off by default, but regardless of the filter settings, in the graph you will see a white line showing at some point something happened, allowing potential customers to look into the product's history. As a consumer tool, I think that is really good and probably the best compromise, but I doubt Mal has anything that technical in mind. Like I said near the beginning though, it's not that important in the grand scheme of things. It's just kinda annoying to see Mal, a somewhat more niche environment, go in the same direction as mainstream review aggregates. But you know, I always try to end my videos on some sort of high point, and while this topic wasn't all that bad, I mean, I'd argue tampered scores are the least of the anime community's worries, I still think this video needs some oomph. So, hey guys, Kefla got into fighters.
But what does that have to do with me?
No.